Yo, what is up? This time again for Twitch Prime, Twitch Echo Foxtrot package, and you get the rental 1357 and the TRV S1 rental as well. I'm not going to do the S1 rental, but I'm going to do the 1357 review, and this is my 1357 grand final. I got this a long time ago when it first came out many years ago. And I am in the best matchup possible in Prokhorovka. I'm being aggressive here. Why? Because this tank is just kind of overpowered in the light tank department. Look at that 59-16 spotting the middle. Even I spot this grand final before he does, even though he is in within close proximity. Now, this is by far the best and most fun tank in the game. This is my favorite tank in the game. Now, if you get a chance to get this tank 1357 in some kind of sale, some kind of discount, get it. Yes, it has a steep learning curve. You do need experience playing this. It would benefit you a lot more if you have great crew and improved equipment or good equipment or whatever. But even if you're not ready for this tank, but if you get this tank on sale, get it and keep it in your garage and be ready to play it. Tier 7 is a great tier to play in light tanks. Tier 5, Tier 7, Tier 9 light tanks are really fun tiers to play. This is one of the original light tanks that were in the pre-nerf era, before the light tank apocalypse. I don't know in what, God knows what patch, but this tank, the 1357, the M41 Bulldog, the Type 62, among others, are one of those tanks that were untouched in the light tank apocalypse. So they, after the light tank nerfs, this tank became even more prominent and more powerful. Now, I got this tank when it first came out during the Wargaming first year finals or something like that, and I played hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games, but only managed a 50% win rate. Now, even for my potato standard at the time, that was still pretty bad, because I was doing like over 55% in my regular tanks. But I still continued to play this tank a lot during that time, even though I wasn't like really shining in it. And that is because I enjoyed the gameplay in this tank so much. It was so fun zooming around and clipping people and being such a nuisance, you know. It's amazing. Now, this tank, now when you judge a tank, you have to judge them in their five pillars. It's like religion, right? The 5 pillars the 5 pillars of tanks: camo, view range, mobility, gun, and armor. It's got 3 out of 5 of those things. Okay, what I can tell you is the gun isn't that great, and the armor is none to speak of, so I'm not going to speak of the armor at all. But it has excellent camouflage, excellent view range, and excellent mobility. So you need to use these 3 things to your advantage every time you play. Now, as you can see, I am running I think some APCR and a lot of AP shells, standard shells. The standard shells only does 143 penetration, and the premium shells do 195 penetration in tier 7. So if you're shooting tanks at the same tier or lower, the standard shells are not too bad. But in the current situation where tanks are getting more and more armored, you know, I'll be honest with you, right now I am carrying full 100% APCR shells in this tank. I am running improved equipment, which is the vertical stabilizer, optics and vents, and I'm running the coffee as well. But previously I didn't used to, but you seem to have to now. And besides, this tank is like a real pub stomper, so you really want to maximize your damage output and your bully ability in this tank, which is really great. Now, basically, this tank is basically a ninja, a stealth. It's invisible. You can drive around in the open. You saw me being so aggressive out there. Now, normally this map, it favors the north spawn you can get to the bushes earlier and spot out the enemy. But you saw me try to take the early position there to counter spot the enemy, and I managed to spot the 2 heavy tanks. And then the grand final that tried to come in and take the spotting position. Here I fucked up a little bit. I made a mistake of being too greedy, and I paid the price for it. I took 2 big shots for it, and this was totally my fault. But eventually I do make up for it, and you'll see why. This is a Top Gun Ace Tanker game. And as I was telling you about the way I carry full premium shells in this game right now, full APCR shells in my current configuration, I no longer carry any AP shells, and that is because you also tend to run out of shells in this tank. That's because it doesn't carry that many shells. It has an 8 clip auto loader, and it fires every 1 second, so it's like a freaking machine gun. Now if you have the food and the vans and the BIA crew and all the good stuff, it's 2-second aim time. Okay, the standard aim time is 2.21, but if you have all the good stuff, it's 2-second aim time. Dispersion is 0.35. If you have a great crew and everything else like me, it's 0.32 dispersion. The dispersion on the move is 0.12. With the tank traversing and shit, it's 0.12. But if you have great crew, it's 0.08, which is really good. Okay, the clip potential, if you have all the great crew like I do, like I said, it's 2032 DPM. It does 90 damage per shot. It's amazing. So you always want to use your mobility, you want to use your camouflage, you want to use your view range in this tank to make your maximum impact. I don't know what my view range is in this current configuration. I'm not really sure, but I think it's 500 plus, if I'm not mistaken. It is outrageous. It is basically like a tier 8 tank. I'm out spotting everyone, I'm out camoing everyone, and right now we are already 10-8 when we were down early. I've done a bunch of damage. I did make that mistake against the Jagdpanzer, the tank destroyer there. I couldn't pen him. I was confident that I could have finished him off, but then I kind of like made a mistake there. Now the reason why I'm still being quite careful here is because they still have another light tank, a 1375, which is the Tech 3 version of this tank, and it has the HP and it has the clip potential to kill me off. I don't want that to happen. I will let the Leo take the brunt of it. Now he's spotted, so I'm going to be prepared for him. He's full HP, so I can't be YOLOing up to him and trying to clip him out. Instead, I'm just going to play a supportive role here, shoot when I can. If I can't shoot, I'll just, stand by and be ready to support my team. Now again, this tank, 61 kilometers an hour top speed, 23 in reverse. It has a 16.78 power to weight ratio. The mobility is great. It is not a wheel tank, of course. And if you're fighting against wheel tank, it's a different kind of gameplay. It doesn't play like a wheel tank. You do need to use your camo, your stealth capabilities versus the wheel tank. If there is a wheel tank in this game, I would have played this slightly more differently. I would have been a little bit more defensive in the early part of the game. I need to make sure that you get rid of those wheel tanks before I push forward. Now, if that is if you're fighting against the wheel tank. Now you saw me confidently shooting at a 1375 there, even though I was spotted. That was because there is no one within my render range, no one within my yellow line in that view range circle, as you can see. So no one could have seen me anyway if they had spotted me. You know what I mean? Even though if I was spotted, no one was within that range to see me and shoot at me anyway. So that is why I was like taking a very confident sniping position. I just stayed still and sniped him down and finished him off. And I think by now I have no more shells. Either I have 2 more shells or I have no more shells. But anyway, I'm basically out of shells now. I can't do anything about it. And all I can do is just remember, I have camo, I have view range, I have mobility. I might have no more ammunition to shoot back at the enemy, but I still have mobility, I still have view range, and I still have camo. Make use of it to support my team, try to spot my enemy out like I did keep that Lowy spotted in that game. Now I'm going to inch forward to try and get that T-34-100 spotted. I think he was full HP, so I need to be careful then, make sure I don't throw this game away. We have already basically won it. I just need to make sure that I stay alive and keep this guy spotted for my snipers that are close to the enemy base there. They have the, as long as I can keep this guy spotted, they'll be able to shoot them, and even though they have small caliber guns or they're firing HE, eventually this guy will die. Our IS there made a mistake of being a bit too confident there, trying to YOLO this guy. He paid the ultimate price for it and he didn't even kill him. But in the end, I do 2000 plus damage, do 2000 or whatever, or 3000 spotting. I did get an ace tanker for this game, got the top gun as well, and like I said, if you get this tank on sale, even if you're not ready for this tank, get it and keep it in your garage ready to play, because this is, in my opinion, the best tank in the game. A tank everybody must experience and must have in their garage. Thanks for watching this game. I hope you enjoyed my review of this tank, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.